everybody? Welcome to Calvin's Got Game. I'm going to continue on with my top 100. I'm going to try to get this done before the beginning of the year. I don't have much longer to go, so I need to get myself in gear and get it done. But before I get started, I had one of my number one fans, she says she's my number one fan, complained that she didn't see her picture in the video anymore. So I'm going to put my picture of my game group up here. Just to let you guys know, these folks right here, man, I really love them, and I love playing games with them. They're some good folks, and I couldn't imagine my life without them. So we don't get together as much as we'd like, but I sure enjoy spending time with them. So with that being said, let's get moving with my 80 to 71 of my top 100 favorite games. Number 80 is Mora, Dungeon of Arcadia. Now this game is it's a cooperative game to where you're going through a dungeon and you have to complete certain missions. And it's pretty, I don't want to say it's simple, but it's not like the D&D games where you're going through a dungeon and it's not complicated. It's a very simple dungeon crawler. It's fun. It's just lighthearted. It's got little chibi miniatures, which I absolutely adore. Man, it is great. That's Mora, Dungeon of Arcadia, my number 80. Number 79 is a smaller game. It's a push your luck game called Celestia. Celestia is you're going around in this spaceship, and each person takes turns being the captain. And you decide whether you want to stay in the ship and move on, so the next person has to roll more dice, maybe not have the cards to complete what they have to. But Celestia is a fantastic family game, family weight game. I think anybody could enjoy it. So if you hear some barking here in a little while, that's my dog, and I apologize for that. Number 78 is Nevermore. Nevermore is a card game to where you're trying to collect certain cards and get to do things that there's a row of them that get called out on the turn that they're being done. So you'll have like fighting and healing and potions and things of that nature. But if you are lucky enough, and it's a drafting game, you're going around and draft these cards, and you're lucky enough to draft a hand of ravens. You just lay them down when they call for the hands of ravens, and no one gets to do anything. You automatically win the turn, and it is such a great game. Nevermore is so much fun. I really enjoy it, and that's my 78. 77 is another cooperative game, and it's called Flashpoint Fire Rescue. I enjoy this game quite a bit because who as a kid didn't want to be a fireman, right? Well, as I grew up, I knew that wasn't probably something I wanted to do. I'm thankful we have firemen. They're awesome, and they always run into danger. We appreciate them for that. But Flashpoint Fire Rescue is a cooperative game to where you're trying to go in, rescue people out of the house, keep things from blowing up, and also put out the fire in a certain amount of time because you can't lose so many people or so much of the house, the walls start crumbling. Guys, it's a fantastic family weight game. There's a family weight or a family rule set for a simpler game. And then there's an advanced rule set for those of you that are more heavy gamers where you like a more complex challenge on a cooperative game. So Flashpoint Fire Rescue, absolutely love it. And I think it would be a great addition for a family game night. So 77, Flashpoint Fire Rescue. Number 76 is a game I love, but not many other people do. My kids got burnt out on it. It's called Rattle Bones. Rattle Bones, you're rolling dice and moving. Yes, it's a roll and move. But here's the fun part. When you move, there's certain things on the board that allow you to add things to your dice. And if you roll those, the next turn, you get to do whatever it says. So you only get to roll one dice unless you pay money to roll a second dice, or you roll your dice and it says re-roll, and then you grab one of the others and re-roll all the dice together. And what it is Rattle Bones is on the outside of the track going one way, and you're going the other, scoring points. So when Rattle Bones and you meet up, the game's over. Whoever got to Rattle Bones first wins the game. It's an awesome game. I really enjoy it. I love the dice building aspect of it because there's multiple ways to victory. There's a train. There's victory points that you can put on there. There's a gambling deal, a casino where you can roll a casino dice to make points and other things. Great game. If you had never heard of it, Rattle Bones is my number 76. Number 75 is a racing game, and it is Jamaica. Jamaica is a pirate-themed racing game where you're going around trying to be the first one back to port, and while you're going, you'll have cargo on your ship, and you have to pay this cargo when you go to certain ports. You may have to pay food, you may have to pay money. So depending on what port you land on, you're going to have to pay to stay there. So there's other places where you can go where you can get treasure chests and things of that nature, which helps build your points at the end of the game. So the thing is, just be the first person to where you started from, sailing around this island. And I guess it's Jamaica. I can't really think of the Port Royale, I think is what it's called. But it's just a fun racing game. There are battles. You get to battle each other and take loot out of their hole or out of their hold, and you get to take it and they get nothing. Or sometimes you'll get things because your card that you're using has two things, a day and a night. So you roll these two dice and you put the numbers one on day and one on night, depending on what you want it to do, because that's what you'll get on your card. For daytime, you'll get a certain amount of stuff, and at nighttime you'll move, or maybe it's day you'll move, night you get something. So it matters where the dice are placed and what cards you're going to choose, and that's done before you get to choose your card. Everybody has the same set of cards, and you use them at the right time. Guys, Jamaica is such a great game. It's why it's number 75 for me. Number 74 is also a cooperative game. I love cooperative games, guys. It's called Dragonfire. And Dragonfire is almost like Shadowrun Crossfire, but Shadowfire is set in the D&D universe, and you're cooperatively going through a deal trying to defeat these things that are coming at you. And it is I want to say it's a deck builder, and you're trying, but it's hard deck builder. It's hard to get those cards into your hand, but it is such a fun game. Dragonfire, my number 74. Number 75, people might be a little surprised about this one, and it is Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Guys, I liked Pandemic Legacy Season 1. I didn't get to finish it, but I did enjoy it. The experience was good. Legacy games are kind of rough for me because they never seem to get finished. We start out with gangbusters and gung-ho to play the game and see the new stuff that comes along, and then people drop out, or people can't come, or things happen. So legacy games have a little bit of a knock for me, unless I can just play it with two-player with my wife. I have Betrayal Legacy up here. I got to get played. I want to get it played. I haven't played it yet. So hopefully I can get a game group together that we can commit to playing Betrayal Legacy, go through the game, and enjoy it. But number 73 was Pandemic Legacy for me, Season 1. I just couldn't keep a game group together long enough for it to rank higher on my list. And who knows, maybe over time it will fall off, because it's just... Now, I enjoyed my experience with it, and I'll play it. I would play it again if the group come back together. We'd start back up if we could remember everything that happened. But I would love to play it. I would love to try one of the other Pandemic Legacy Season 0, 2, 3, whatever it is. And with a group, then we can stay together to get it done. But that's my number 73, Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Number 72 is a big box game, and it is cooperative as well. And it is an epic game, and it's Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven is huge. It's harder to get to the table, but I do enjoy it when I get to play it. It is a lot of fun. That's why it's my number 72, because I don't get it to the table as often. I do enjoy the game, but if I have only an hour, it's going to take you that long, at least 30 minutes of that hour, putting all the stuff out for your scenarios, getting everything together, because there's just so much content in that box. And I've tried to organize that box where it's faster to get it out and play it. But it's just a booger to get out. But what a great game. Gloomhaven. I love the card play in it, where you're choosing what card to do top or bottom. The theme of it is fantastic. The miniatures are great. The little miniatures. It has standees for the monster stuff. I don't care. I think the system works really well for Gloomhaven. I enjoy it. It's my number 72, Gloomhaven. My number 71 is Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time. This one is a cooperative game as well. And what has happened is Professor Evil has stolen these objects. And before he takes them off to sell them or whatever he's going to do with them, you guys have to break into his house where all these traps are set up. You have to shut the traps off, be able to get the items out. Guys, this game is difficult and it is very hard. I enjoy it. I like to play it, and that's why it's my number 71. Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time. Guys, that's my 80 through 71. We're going to try to get moving on these games on this list to get it completed by the end of the year. If you guys think of any games I'm missing, or have questions about why was it so low or anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment. But most of all, subscribe, like, and tell others about this channel. Guys, remember what I always say, get a board game to the table, spend time with friends and family. Hey, and thanks for watching Calvin's Guide Games.